me put on my cool shades right quick. Yeah, how do I look, y'all? Do I look pretty good? I think I do. Yeah. All right, y'all. Let me stop kidding right now. But before I begin, don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe to the video. This is week 10. The Eagles played the Dallas Cowboys and Big D, or now Little D. We beat the brakes off of them, 34-6 in Little D. Let me catch myself, in Little D. The entire Eagles team played a complete total game, offense, defense, and special teams. We will get into special teams later in the video, but right now, let's go ahead and begin with the statistics of our Philadelphia Eagles. Oh yeah, I did say don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe to the video. Don't forget to smash the likes, please hit the notification bell on top, and also comment and share the video. All right, now, Jalen Hurts had a pretty good game. 14 of 20 for 202 yards, 10.1 average, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. I'll talk about that later in the video as well. He had 115 rating, which is still pretty good for a quarterback considering the one INT he threw. But like I said, I'll talk about that later in the video. And then we had Kenny Pickett had 1 or 2 for 5 yards, 2.5, 0-0. 56.2 was his average. All right, running. Saquon Barkley had a pretty good game. He had 14 carries for 66 yards, a 4.7 average, 11 with the long, no touchdown. Hurts was 7 for 56, 8.0, 24, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Shipley, 9 carries for 34 yards, 3.8 average, 9 with the long, no score. Gaineswell, 7 for 30, 4.3, 13 with the long, no score. And Kenny Pickett, 1 for 1, 1.0, 101, no score. Receiving, A.J. Brown had a pretty good game again. Another 100-yard effort off of 5 receptions, 109 with the yards, 21.8, 44, no score. Dawson had 1 catch for 27 yards, 27.0, 27 and 0. Dawson catching on pretty good so far. So far he had 5 catching for the season, 4 or 5 for the season so far. Goddard, 2 for 25 yards, 12.5, 14, 1. Then we had Devontae Smith had 2 for 14, 7.0, 9 with the long, no score. Barkley with 1 for 12, 12.0, 12, 0. Gainwell with 1 for 9, 9.0, 9, 0. Anaya Smith with 2 for 6, 3.0, 5 with the long, no score. And Jahan Wilson. Jahan Wilson had 1 catch for 5 yards. 5 was the long, and he had 1 touchdown. I mentioned that in quite a few videos. Please go back and check all the videos from yesterday. I was excited that Jahan Dawson finally got. I'm sorry, not Jahan Dawson. Is it Jahan Wilson? It ain't. I'm sorry. It's Wilson. I'm sorry. I don't know why I mentioned Dawson. I meant Wilson. The rookie receiver, 6th round draft pick. This year's draft had his first catch for 5 yards, 5.05, and he had 1 touchdown. I mean, I was so ecstatic when he finally got a touchdown. He could have had 2, you know what I'm saying? But he had 1 earlier in the season. I think it was after the bye week. I think it was the Bengals game, or it might have been the game before that he had a touchdown score, but it was called back based off an offensive line penalty. So that was called back. He would have had 2 for the year, but he got 1. So 1 is better than any. He got a touchdown, first rookie touchdown score. He kept that football. I think he threw it down, but I think one of the guys on offense got the ball, gave it back to him. Because that was the first score. Most people who catch touchdown scores in their rookie year would normally keep that football. So I'm quite sure he got it. Okay, here we go. Now we're going for the defense. Here we go. Zach Bond. This could be tackles, assists, sacks, interceptions, and forced fumbles. And going in that order. Zach Bond was 8-5-0-0-2 forced fumbles. Johnson was 7-5-0-1 interception, 0. N'Kobe Dean 6-3-0-0-0. Rogers 4-1-0-0-0. Blankenship 4-1-0-0-0. And Carter was 4-2-0-5-0-0. He had a half a sack. Cooper DeJean 3-0-0-0-0. And Brandon Graham 2-1. Half a sack that he shared with Carter, 0-0. Burks, 2-0-0-0-0. Smith, Nolan Smith, 2-1-0-0-0. Williams, 2-1, 1 sack, 0-0. That's 2 sacks. Quentin McHale had 2-0-0-0-0. Huff with 1-0-1 sack, 0-1 forced fumble. Trotter was 1-0-0-0-0. Jordan Davis 1-0-0-0-0. Moro Ojumbo 1-0-0-0-0. Hunt was 1-0-0-0-0. And Whit was 1-0-0-0-0. Davis, I don't understand. Davis normally get more tackles than this. This is not pretty good for him. But anyway, kick returns with Shipley with 2 for 64 yards, 32.0 with the average, 32 the long, no touchdowns. Kenny Gainwell with 1 for 23, 23.0, 23 with the long, 0. Punt returns, Cooper DeJean had a pretty good game, and the punt return area he had 3 for 43 yards, 14.3 with the average, 31 with the long, no touchdown. I was really hoping that he had scored a touchdown in that on that last punt return, because he had 3 returns, but I think one of them, the second punt return, was the longest, with 31 yards. He damn near broke it. If he had been tackled and pushed on the out of bounds, he probably would have broke it and had the first career touchdown on punt returns. Kicking, Jake Elliott 2 for 2, average 33.5, long 39, 0, no blocks, and he was 4 for 4 on the extra points. And man, 4 TOTs, 208 yards, 52.0 with the average, 55 with the long. He had 2 touchbacks and 1 inside the 20. Now, let's go to the Cowboys, shall we? It where it gets sad and depressing. Cooper Rush with 13 of 23 for 45 yards, 2.000, 61.7. Lance with 4 for 6, 21, 3.6, 0.1, 32 was his average. Rushing, Dowell 12 for 53 yards, 4.4 with the average, 19 with the long, no 0. Elliott was 6 for 22, 3.3, 3.7, 8, 0. Lance was 3 for 17, 5.7, 11, 0. Lamb was 1 for 3, 3.0, 3.0, 0. Rush was 2 for 2, 1.0, 2 with the long, no score. The Eagles tied up real well on their team. Now we're going to receiving. Jake Ferguson, the tight end, 4 for 24 yards, 6.0, 10, no score. Lamb, 6 for 21, 3.5, 6, 0. Tolbert, 3 for 14, 4.7, 9, 0. Brooks, 1 for 4, 4.0, 4, 0. Dowell with 3 for 3, 1.02, 0. Defense. Now they got 5 sacks. That's part that I hate. Overshawn, 11 tackles, 2 sacks, 0, 0. Kendricks, 8-4, 0, 0, 0. Carson, 5-1, 0, 0, 0. Lewis, 4-2, 0, 0, 0. Lifazu, whatever his name is, 4-0, 0, 0, 0. Smith, 4-2, 0, 0, 0. Hooker, 4-1, 0, 0, 0. Watkins, 4-1, 0, 0, 0. Golston 30000, Wilson 30000, Virgil 21000, Wheat 21000, Joseph 22000, Parsons 202 sacks, 0-1 forced fumble. Butler 2-1. Butler 1-1-0-0-0. Bell 1-1-0-0-0. Mushamu, I think I butchered his name, but who cares? 1-0-0-0. And this guy, Odijua, whatever his name is, I butchered his name as well. 1-0, half a sack, 0-0. Lawson 1-0, half a sack, 0-0, and Diggs 0-0-0-1. With the interception, yeah, he caught the long interception, 0. All right, Turpin 2 for 83 yards on this kick returns, 83 yards, 4.1 and 41.5 average, 47 with the long, 0. He almost returned one for the score. I'm glad he did that. That guy is a dangerous punt returner. He kick returner. He really is. Okay, they had no punts because we kept their ass glued. We kept their ass off the field, offensively, if you know what I mean. Kicking, Aubrey with 2 for 2, 34.4 with the average, 46 with the long, 0 blocks, and he was negative on the extra point. And the punting was Anger. He was 6 for 304, 50.7, 59 with the long, 0 touchbacks, and 2 after 20. See, when you pump the ball 304 yards, that's bad defense. That's bad defense. When you punt, when you get more punt yards, you're supposed to have less punting yards than average. The average is 100 or less. But when you weigh over 200 punt return yards, that's not really good for your defense. I mean you got a bad defense. That's just self-exclamatory. Okay, now that is the entire statistics of this game. Now I want to talk about who is I going to talk about? The Wilson boy, the rookie wide receiver. Like I mentioned in the video, he had a chance to have 2 touchdown scores, but he had one that was called back later in the part of the year. I want to say it was after the bye week. I think it was the Bengals game. I'm not quite sure, but I think it was the Bengals game. He called a touchdown pass, and should have been a complete one, but it wasn't because we had an offensive line call, and that jeopardized his first career touchdown of his career. He would have had one a long time ago, but he has one, like I said, more than any. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was some bad I was going to talk about too. Let me get back into the player stats so I can remind myself. Let me see. I was talking about that Dawson. Zach Bond? No, it wasn't Zach Bond. Let me see. The Dean Blankenship Carter, DeJean. Oh yeah, that's what it was. DeJean he's having a monster year after being inserted into the lineup. The guy he got quite a few tackles. He had a few punt returns this year so far, and he's doing an excellent job in the punt return area. He returned one for 41 yards, like I mentioned in this video. He almost broke it, but one of the Dallas defenders pushed him out of bounds, and that would ended that return. Other than that, he would have broke it for the score. That would have been the first punt return for a touchdown for his career. He's gonna break one eventually. We'll see what happens in that department. But overall, Pacific, y'all, this defense was off the chain. We didn't get many sacks. We only got 3 sacks in this game. One was shared. One sack was shared. Then you had Milton Williams with 1, and then you had Huff with 1. So that's 3 sacks in total. Should have been more sacks than that, but 3 is pretty good. And but overall, this was a a complete total game from the Philadelphia Eagles. Cowboys we had to beat because now we got a short week coming. We got to play the Washington Commanders, who lost this week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which gave us first place in the division. Now, this is where it matters most. The New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys are completely out of the running for the playoff. Because when you get six losses, you're completely done. Cowboys 3-6. You're completely 3-7. 3-7. Because this is week 10. 3-7. You're completely out of the mix. Hold on. I'm glad I was able to get the stats off before the light started coming off. But anyway, the Dallas Cowboys are 3-7. They're completely out of the running for the playoffs. They are suffering a lot of injuries over there. That is considering having a season-ending injury to his season injury surgery to his ankle. I think his ankle or his knee, one of them. Then they're missing quite a few pieces on defense. They're missing a whole bunch of pieces on offense because CeeDee Lamb ain't got no help on the other side. So that makes him more suitable to be triple and double teamed. CeeDee Lamb is on pace to have under 1,000 yards for the first time in his career since his rookie season. So the Cowboys are pretty bad over there right now, and you can blame all that on Jerry Jones, because Jerry Jones. I mean, I can see him talk about Jerry Jones all day, but we all know we're going with Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones too old. He's stuck in the past. He don't want to move further into the future. So the Jones is the reason why the Cowboys are sinking right now. And matter of fact, for the next 2 or 3 years, they're gonna be sinking because when you lack talent and then you pay two players over $100 million, over 100 some million. Well, actually got Dak Prescott over 200 some million. Then you got CeeDee Lamb, the high paid receiver in the land. When you pay those two guys that kind of money and don't think about the rest of the other players, you soon to suffer. And now they got to worry about Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons is due for a new contract after this season. Them boys in their fourth year, and I don't think they okayed their fifth year, to be honest with you. And they probably can't even afford to. So you're looking at a team that's on the down slope, along with the New York Giants. At least the New York Giants have more cap space than the Cowboys do, because for the simple fact is, the Giants are rebuilding slowly and surely. The Giants will be a competitive team come next year because they got a wide receiver out of the draft who's gonna be pretty good in years to come. He's gonna be very good. And then, but Daniel Jones is a guy who should not have been paid the kind of money because they pay all that money to him, but they didn't think much about Saquon Barkley. That's why Saquon Barkley with the Philadelphia Eagles, and he's probably, I think he's still the highest paid running back right now. One of the guys, the Panthers had just signed a running back to a 3-year deal. I think it's 33-point-something million. Saquon $37 million. So Saquon's the highest paid running back right now, between him and Joseph John, that other boy from the Green Bay Packers. Joseph, with his name. I think it's not Josh. I think Josh. Yeah, I think it's Josh Joseph. I could be wrong, but I think it's right. But anyway, don't your high paid through running backs right now. So that's what. So they're hurting dramatically. But the Giants are in better shape than the Dallas Cowboys are. So anyway, without any further ado, guys, you guys enjoy your Monday. I'm going to enjoy mine with a smile.